Manchester United 0, Bournemouth 3. And you know what? We need to have a balanced conversation about what we saw today, because you're going to see a lot of reactionary stuff. You're going to see a lot of people shouting and saying all kinds of random weird stuff in it off the back of this result. The bottom line is we got what we deserved today. We were poor from the first whistle to the final whistle. Bournemouth were the better team. We were second best in everything. We were second best in terms of the ability to keep the ball, second best in ability to keep shape, second best in pressure on the ball, second best in every single department, and we didn't deserve to win the game. People are going to talk about, Bruno missed this amount of chances, Garnacho missed that chance, Ahmad missed that chance. We simply were not good enough and we didn't deserve anything. So if we would have got something out of this game, and don't get me wrong, under Ten Hag, we've had loads of games like this where we've been second best and we've somehow managed to win. But this is not the journey that we're on at the moment. The whole point of bringing in the new coach was that we were going to implement a style of play and we were trying to change the identity of the club, and the manager said that we're going to suffer in the meantime. So yeah, cool. The results are important. It would have been nice to win the game. But there's been many times I've seen Man United win the game and we've been second best and we've been poor. Today, we didn't get lucky. We got what we deserved, innit? And I don't have a problem with that if it means in the long term, we get rid of a lot of the players that need to be gotten rid of. A lot of things are going to go under the radar today. Bruno Fernandes again. Awful. He's one of the biggest problems at this football club. I've said it for many, many years. And people are only now starting to wake up to it. Not only was giving him a new deal and a pay rise a massive, massive mistake, but he is detrimental to the way that we play football. The last game he scored a penalty, I think against Man City, he scored a penalty, and that actually overshadowed an absolutely disgraceful performance from the guy. He's meant to be the captain. He's meant to be someone that leads by example. But every time things are going against us, he self-destructs. He capitulates, starts rocket launching, and becomes a liability. Today, he missed loads of big chances, but also basic shit he wasn't getting right. I'm sick and tired of seeing this guy in the number 10. He can't receive the ball on a half turn, can't dribble. He's not a real, genuine threat with the ball at his feet. He doesn't want it facing away from the goal. He doesn't like receiving the ball facing away from play. He doesn't like it. He can't play that way. The manager said that. But then the manager's persisting with playing him in the 10. And this is when we need to look at the coach. Why are you playing him in the 10? You're shoehorning Bruno Fernandes into a team, into a system that he shouldn't be in. If you're going to play Kobbie Mainoo and Ugarte in the double pivot, Bruno shouldn't be playing. Drop him. Or if you're going to play Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno, play Kobbie Mainoo in the 10 and play Bruno in the 8. Bruno's better facing play and Kobbie Mainoo's better playing closer to the goal. Kobbie Mainoo has been misprofiled massively, and then because of that, he's now going to become a scapegoat. It's already started. Kobbie Mainoo is not a double pivot player. You know the amount of men that have argued with me saying, Rants, Kobbie Mainoo's an 8. No, he's not, bro. I'm not going to argue with people that don't know what they're watching. If you look at a player's attributes and look at what they'll naturally do, what their reflexes do when they're under pressure, because when you're under pressure on a football pitch, you revert to type. You go into survival mode. When Bruno's under pressure, he hoofs it. When Kobbie Mainoo's under pressure, he tries to dribble and do creative things to get out of trouble. He's not a central midfielder. This guy spent the majority of his youth days, and the majority of his life playing as a striker and as a winger. He's also played in the number 10. He's not played central midfield for more than 2 years. The guy is not a fucking central midfielder. He doesn't have the spatial awareness, the tactical awareness, or the passing range to be a number 8 or a centre mid. He does all of his best work. All of his highlights for Man United are in the final third. He's a final third player. And he's more decisive in the final third than Bruno Fernandes. People want him to be Paul Pogba so fucking much, bro. I love Kobbie Mainoo in terms of what he can be. I mean, I've supported him. I bought his fucking football shirt. Today he was awful, bro. And I kind of don't blame him because he's playing in a position that he can't play. I don't understand how people can't realise he's not an 8, especially not in this system. When you've got someone like Ugarte that breaks up play and plays the simple pass, you need a progressive passer in the midfield beside him. Not someone like Kobbie whose first instinct is to dribble and he wants to take loads of touches. He's not Paul Pogba. He can't play the 60-yard ball that Pogba can play. He needs to play further up the pitch. This game was crying out for an Eriksen or a Casemiro in the midfield next to Ugarte to break the lines with a pass and progress us forward. Xerxes suffered in the first half. No passes into his feet because Kobbie wants to dribble and Ugarte can't pass more than 5 yards. So the only time he's going to receive the ball is from Onana. And then Rasmus comes on and no difference. Striker's still not getting fed. People are saying, Rants, we need a striker. No, we don't. We need everything, that's going to help us progress the ball up until the final third and get the ball in the box, and then we can worry about the fucking striker last. Do you know what I mean? Like a man said, you don't fucking worry about the rims on the car if the engine's knackered, bro. Man are looking at the superficial stuff. The striker is the icing on the cake. The system is not thriving because we don't have the right players. Lisandro Martinez is awful at left centre-back, bro. I've said he's a problem. He's a big fucking problem. Bruno's a big problem. The fact that the manager's not playing Ugarte and Casemiro, Ruud van Nistelrooy has shown us that is the partnership that gets the best out of our midfield. The manager's being stubborn and he's not playing Casemiro. I don't know why, but it's a problem. I'm a big fan of this manager, and this manager is going to be successful at this football club, but his stubbornness is killing him. It's killing him right now. We've seen Anthony come on at wing-back and link up well with Amad Diallo, We've seen every time Man United play, wing-backs, defenders at wing-back, we struggle to create. What does he do today? Instead of bringing on Anthony, and every time Anthony's come on as wing-back, he's influenced the game because he's more direct. What does he do today? Takes off Ugarte, puts Bruno and Kobbie in a midfield pivot, which was suicide, and I said it when he did it. I said either it's going to pay off and he's going to be a hero, or this is going to backfire massively. And it backfired. The latter happened. We conceded so many more chances as soon as Ugarte went off, bro. And if you're taking off Ugarte, put on Casemiro. Bruno and Kobbie Mainoo don't have an ounce of defensive awareness in their body. Why would you play them both in the fucking midfield pivot? Manager threw the game away today. Better you just lose 1-0. But 3-0's embarrassing. 3-0's embarrassing, bro. That's on the manager, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I trust this manager. This manager's going to win shit at this club, but I'm not letting man get away with fuckeries. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. That was bullshit. He threw the game away today. You put on Garnacho. What was Garnacho ever going to do? Nothing. Rasmus Højlund, it's the obvious change to make. You change the striker because we need a goal, or we're not scoring, or we're not creating. But the striker was never the issue. Xerxes should do better defensively for the corner, yes. But one, he's a striker and he didn't want to be there, clearly, because strikers don't want to defend corners. Didier Drogba's the only striker I know that don't mind defending corners. He was a cheat code. He was an extra man. No striker wants to defend corners. He got up in the air. He needs to be touch tight, but he's not a fucking defender. So I'm not really too fucking fast. If it was Rasmus Højlund, would Rasmus have got up and won the header? Probably not. Strikers don't want to defend. Other than that, he was feeding off scraps all game. When the ball was actually played into his feet, he tried to do some stuff, but it wasn't a game for the strikers today. Can't blame Rasmus or Xerxes today. It was shite, bruv, up until the final third. Even Amad, barely on the ball compared to usual because we couldn't get the ball into him. Where does it stem from? The defenders and the midfield. More so the midfield. Kobbie Mainoo and Ugarte cannot break lines. That balance doesn't work. I don't want to see it ever again. Substitutions, rubbish. Tactical balance, rubbish. Dalot and Mazraoui, or Dalot and Malacia. Malacia didn't have a good game today. He's been out for 18 months, so I'm not going to blame him. He's not sharp. He was always... We're trying to manage his minutes. Stat pad his minutes, bro. Give him 45 minutes so he can catch up. He's 18 months out the game. You put him in the game against one of the teams that press the best in the league. He struggled today. That doesn't mean he's not good enough to be at the Man United Football Club. Loads of reactionary stuff. Oh, he's rubbish, get him out. He's been away for 18 months. Be balanced. You man are patient with fucking Luke Shaw, who's here and he's injured every 5 minutes. Have some patience with Malacia, bruv. I think he's good enough to be a squad player. Second choice wing back. I think he's good enough to be the second choice left wing back. We've got bigger problems than Malacia right now. We need a first choice left wing back. We also need a first choice right wing back as well. Because Ahmad shouldn't be playing at wing back, bro. We need a left-footed right wing back that's going to start. So both wing backs need to be addressed. Left centre back needs to be addressed. That's 3 players. Central midfield needs to be addressed because Kobbie and Ugarte ain't it, bro. So if we're not going to keep Casemiro, then get Ederson. That's already 4 man. And now we need to look in the number 10. We let Jadon Sancho leave, yeah. Didn't replace him. That left 10's now got Bruno stinking out the gaff in it. That left 10 needs to be replaced. That's 5 players. And that's even before we start looking at other areas, bro. Striker's not a concern for me right now because we can't get the fucking ball to them. So I don't want to hear that. Ahmad's good enough for the right 10, but he needs support. That's 5 players that we need in the window, bro. Can't let the manager off, though. Balance, 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 balance. I get that he's new. I get that he doesn't know who can do what. But brother, Casemiro and Ugarte was working before you came here and you've ripped it up for no fucking reason. Put it back. Please put it back. Can't forgive you for that. My manager, you are going to succeed here. You're a top coach, but you fucked it today, my bro. You fucked it today. As much as we weren't good on the ball, a lot of these players losing the ball under no pressure, the manager made big mistakes, bro. Mazraoui gives away the penalty. For a player of his experience, Maz, you don't need to make that challenge. We've got loads of bodies in the box. We're going to clear it. But before that, Kobbie Mainoo, in danger. What does he do? Reflexes, tries to dribble his way out of trouble, loses it. That's how we turn the ball over. Just pass the ball, man. Just pass it, my brother. Nah, man needs to dribble out of trouble all the time and then ended up dribbling into trouble. Chance after that, Kobbie and Bruno again. Bruno loses it. Then Kobbie wins it back. Then tries to dribble. Then loses it again. All because we didn't have a midfielder that could put their foot on the ball and pass it, bro. The balance of the team and the profiles the manager's using in the positions is why we lost today. That's why we lost. So we can make all the excuses in the world and we can blame the individual players. Yeah, the players are not picking themselves and the players are not choosing where they're playing. The manager's choosing them. This defeat is 100% on the gaffer. 100%. Yes, there's a lack of quality from the players. But if we set up with the players that we had available, if we set up the team differently, we can win the game today. We can. The manager persisting with Bruno in the 10 is going to hurt him just as much as persisting with a Rashford or a Garnacho because he's equally as bad as these guys. He is. So, really and truly, yeah, no excuses for today. We weren't good enough. We didn't deserve anything. It's the manager's fault. It's the player's fault. And it's just that simple. Like, no excuses for today, guys. It needs to get better. I believe it will. Like I said, when the manager came in, we're going to lose games we're expected to win, and we're going to win games we're expected to lose. Don't expect any consistency from this team. Expect to suffer. There's going to be ups and there's going to be downs. I don't care about the league position right now. We need a clear out in the summer. And ideally, we need to win that Europa League. And that's just all it is, bro. So no flipping excuses. Bournemouth for the better team. Shout out Iraola as well. Top coach. He's proven it today, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And these man are not a joke.